2018. Welcome to our today's program of Leo NJO LEO, or again, today is a day of the 20th of November 2018. My name is Odon Bulamba. I will be with you for the rest of the time, sharing with you the news of the Congo Democratic, and I'll be here to update you with what has been taking place for the last maybe 24 or 28 or again 48 last hours. Once again, thank you very much for your time and commitment. Without taking longer, let us go straight away to our headlines. In Chikapa, a soldier kills 4 people and injured others. That took place in the Kanzala community. The tension continued at the Kinshasa University, where 2 students lost their lives, and the strike of teachers or professors keeps going. In Kisangani, where the population of Zinia block in Makiso community ordered to leave their places, they have been ordered to quit, to surrender everything and move elsewhere. The arrival of a new group of expelled Congolese from Angola has reached Lualaba. This week is the only great appointment. This is a week of great appointment as our leaders of the opposition are coming back home from Geneva or Europe. Those who went to meet in Europe, now they are coming back home in Kinshasa. So these are the points that I'm going to develop with you, and I say once again, welcome to our program. Straight away we go to Chikapa, where around midnight, this was the night of Saturday towards Sunday, in Kinzala community in Chikapa, a soldier of the Congolese army killed 4 people. This tragedy of bad taste, if you want, took place in a mourning, where people were mourning, that where the soldier was chasing his wife. And his wife was unfaithful because he found his wife with another man into his bed. Therefore, he wanted to punish or to attack them. Those 2 people, they ran away and found refuge in this family where people were gathered mourning their lost one. So they tried to come in this crowd, cover themselves, hide themselves in this crowd, and the soldier, of course, angry soldier, he opened fire on the crowd, killed 3 people straight away on the spot, and 6 were injured. Among the 6 who were injured, one of them has just passed also away due to his wound, his injuries. So the soldier was arrested and he was tried today at flagrancy in the military court in Chikapa. We are going to the University of Kinshasa, where a skirmish last Thursday, took place, and 2 students lost their lives. The students were angry at the death of their comrade, who was shot and wounded during the police dispersal of their demonstration last Monday. They demanded the lifting of the strike that lecturers have been observing since Monday, October the 8th. The situation remained tense on Monday 19th, and several barriers were erected by students. So students wrote a memorandum that they addressed to the Minister of Education. Here I'm talking about the University of Higher Education in the Congo. Students condemned, first of all, the death of their comrade by the Congolese police, And secondly, students demand that teachers could lift their strike and come back within the next 48 hours to teach them because they want to study. Students also required for the government of the Congo to take in charge or again to support those families who lost theirs and to arrange the funerals of those people who passed away during these demonstrations. The University of Kinshasa, for those who don't know, is one of the biggest universities in the Congo. So the Minister of Higher Education, Minister for Universities, he has agreed that they are going to cover all the costs, all the funeral costs for those two students, and the families of those, the family of the victims, sorry, also came up and told the students that they should come back to calm and let the situation pass without disorder. We don't know what is going to take place, but some of the students have required also the Minister of Education to quit or again to resign from his functions. In Kisangani, the resident of Zinea block in a Plateau Medical district, where in Makiso, have 14 days to live. So these people, the inhabitants of this area, built their houses not too far from the airport, Simisimi Airport. In 2016, this Simisimi Airport is a military airport. In 2016, the Congolese authorities have told these people to move far away, up to 250 meters away from the airport. And that was done. But now, with the new chief of the army, who is in the area, in Makiso, he has decided that those people who were displaced from far away, 250 meters away from the airport, they should go further away from there. And those people have been there for almost 2 years now. They have built their houses, they have settled, and now someone has been coming to tell them they must leave. So the population is saying, look, the aviation company of the Congo have put already their limit. There are also signs to show the limit. So where we live, actually, it's not on the part of the airport, but we are living now on the civilian area. However, this colonel has been forcing people to move, and people have said that they were told to leave everything behind, to leave their houses, to go and find another place to live, because the soldiers have to occupy those houses. Soldiers have to occupy the place that those civilians have been living now. So the population have invited the provincial interior minister and asked him to intervene in this situation, because they believe that he would know better than this new army authority or new army officer who has just arrived. Therefore, the member of parliament of the area are also considering contacting the military officials for further explanation on this issue. We hope that they are going to allow the civilians to continue to occupy the area, or otherwise they will find a solution, maybe to send them somewhere else. Maybe they will build new houses, but it doesn't look so. We are going to Lualaba, excuse me. We are going to Lualaba, where a new group of Congolese people who were expelled from Angola arrived last week at Kasara village, which is located more than 240 kilometers from the capital of Kapanga territory in Lualaba province. The group is made up of around 20 people, including patients. Some of them are really sick. So the Kapanga territory actually has been counting around 5,000 Congolese who were expelled from Angola, according to SADRI. SADRI is a NGO, a local NGO, which has been acting around Kapanga. And a few days ago, OCHA had spoken of 2,000 Congolese coming out of Angola who arrived in this country. I will let you know that we have been collecting funds for the people of the Congo who have been expelled from Angola, especially those in Kamako, and also for those who have been victims of atrocities in Beni. Unluckily, our funds are not sufficient. We just got a little bit of amount of money, which is not enough to send even to those who in Kamako or Beni, because just by transferring that amount of money, the transfer charges or fees is almost the whole amount of money that we have collected. So therefore, I would like to take this opportunity to thank those who contributed, and to thank those who financially contributed, and those who by prayers, by advice, they have been there for our brothers in Kamako and in Beni. So the amount of money there, and we have to give it back to those who contributed. So you can contact us. Our number is here. You can send me a message, a WhatsApp message. Tell me how much you contributed, your name and all of that, and we'll see how we can refund that amount of money. Unless you don't want to, then let us know and tell us how we should use that money instead. The total amount of money that we received is about $214 US. So some people just used, the link of a GoFundMe, and the others just sent to me money cash. So that's what we have received so far. Thank you once again for those who contributed. So this is the only great appointment of the week, where Mr. Martin Fayulu is coming back to Congo. And Fayulu himself, he has invited all the Congolese brothers and sisters to take part in tomorrow's meeting at 12 a.m. at Kinshasa Airport. He will land at Kinshasa Airport around 12 p.m. time of Kinshasa. And he has been inviting people to come and welcome him. Other people of the Coalition Lamuka also, they have been telling their members, you should be there for welcoming Fayulu, who will land around 12. He's coming with Ethiopian Airlines from Europe. Rumors have been circulating saying that he was supposed to come with a private jet and all of that. And I will say again, as I said in previous programs, I have no concrete information. Those are rumors. People talked about it. People said something about it. And we have that news in hand, but we did not find proof of maybe one minister writing, or the government of the Congo, illegal government of the Congo, writing that we don't allow him to land. However, the most important is that Fayulu is coming back home, and he will come with Ethiopian Airlines. So people should be at the airport to welcome him, as all the members of this Coalition Lamuka, Coalition Wake Up, have just said. So the mobilization of the population continues to be done, and we hope that people will be there massively to welcome him. Just as a reminder, Fayulu was elected as the common candidate for those 7 big political parties which met in Geneva. And Fayulu said he's not going to the election if the voting machine will be part of that election. Now the question is of knowing, is Fayulu really going to go to the election or not? Because the voting machine, so far as we can see, they are not to take it astray. They are not to remove it. They are not going to remove it. There is a possibility that the voting machine will be present during these elections. What is going to happen? Secondly, Fayulu is back. Is he coming to start the election, the campaign for the election? Because he reaches Kinshasa on Wednesday, and on Thursday that will be the kick-off for the campaign. Is he going to campaign or not? If yes, What is he going to campaign for? Is he going to campaign for not going to the election, or is he going to campaign for going to the election with that machine? So I'm going to develop a little bit, I'm going to comment a little bit on this and to show to you the positive and negative side, as I think, of going or not going to the election, or where are we up to now. The other point is that it's not only Kamerhe who is coming back. Félix Tshisekedi also on his side is coming back on Saturday. Saturday is the 24th of November. Félix Tshisekedi also will land in Kinshasa at Njili Airport. And the people of UDPS have been saying, we welcome Félix Tshisekedi, we are ready to welcome him, and all of that. We have heard about it. So they have been preparing themselves to welcome him. However, it's a little bit late, according to me, because I can see 24th of November, the campaign will already kicks in. Maybe he knows what he's doing, and maybe it's a strategy that he has been using. It's a political strategy, possibly. Maybe he knows what he's doing, so it can be something else. But he will be there at least 1 day and a half or more than 24 hours behind the kick-off. Maybe the day that we land, that will be the starting point of his campaign. We do not know. So, Félix Tshisekedi, he met with Vital Kamerhe in Brussels, where they had a discussion. And according to our sources, those two agreed to come out with a new coalition political platform, which they may call maybe CACH, C-A-C-H. And it's a political platform that they want to build up. Might be there to support Félix Tshisekedi to be the elected president, or to be the to be the presidential candidate, sorry. And if Tshisekedi wins the election, then Kamerhe can become the prime minister of the country. So that's what we got, that's what we were told, and let us see what is going to happen in the next few minutes. Now we are going to go to our analysis. We are going to analyze a few things. We are going to do some comment on this topic, and the topic that I'll focus on, it will be about the return of Tshisekedi, the return of Fayulu. Those two, so far, they were in one team, and now they are splitted in two. What is going to happen? And I'll start this just after a short break of 2 seconds. Yes, as we can see, as we can say, as we can talk, so those two actors, political actors of ours, they are going to work hand in hand, if you want, and by working hand in hand, their target is to take our country somewhere, to take our country in a situation where the country will say, yes, we have got leaders. And our leaders have been working hard, day and night, morning and morning, or morning after morning. And they've been working because they want the country to stand up, because the country actually has been on its knees. Now what is going to happen? Or again, what has been taking place so far? And here I will come back to, I will start with the process of Felix, and I will talk about that. First, so during this development, I want to do some comment on this. Félix Tshisekedi, Tshilombo, and Vital Kamerhe, the two of them, once they were among those 7, then they pulled out. They removed their signatures for a good or bad purpose, but they removed it. And to remove their signatures does not mean that that's the end of the journey. No, the journey continues. And as they agreed, if that is true, because they haven't spoken openly to the people of the Congo to tell them that, okay, from now on, we are working together. We have joined our forces, UNC and UDPS, but so far, we know so far things like that have been said, and surely soon or very soon, they will tell us about it. We know very well also that in politics, things can change from second to second, depending on circumstances. So all our politicians, all the politicians all over the world, they act according to circumstances that they face. Whenever they come across a situation which requires a change, they do change things. And that is normal. We can say that we are voting those people, they are our representatives, we have chosen them for one reason or another one. That is true. They are there to represent us, but 90% of time, they don't always follow what the population wants. Normally, they look at their political careers and they see what is important for them in order to protect their careers, or in order also to make their careers to move from one lower step to a higher one. So those are the type of calculus, those are the type of mathematics that politicians do. How am I going to improve my career? How am I going to become a big personality in the politics of my country? And their way of thinking sometimes differ to our way of thinking as simple civilians who are not politicians. And in order for a politician to shape or to reshape his career, they have to have a number of people, number of human beings like me and you behind them, a number of supporters. And by using their supporters as a trampoline, they can jump higher. Now, we the people who have been used as trampoline, sometimes we don't understand, or sometimes we pretend to not understand, or sometimes we forget completely that these people are politicians, meaning that they can see their careers first, then the rest will follow. And the relationship between them and us is that with the population, we want them to represent us, to be like our speakers. And for them, it's for us, the people, to just be behind them, because the bigger the number is behind them, the powerful they become. They gain something from having us, and we should also gain something from having them. Kamerhe and Vital, as they said last time, oh, their basis said something, and then they withdrawn their signatures. That's fine. That was their choice. That was the choice of those bases. However, the population should only understand that it can be Kabila, it can be Ramazani Shadari, it can be any politician Ngoi, or any candidate Chiani, it can be whoever you want. Among all of them, they need people. They need us individuals. They need us, the population of the Congo, in order to support them, to make them bigger. And they fight day and night for that. On our turn, we should also understand that because these people are representing us, we should give to them the necessary tool. We should clearly tell them what we expect from them and how we want them to do it for us. Otherwise, their main focus will continue to be their political career, and they will slowly start to forget the mission that the population has been giving to them, because the population doesn't somehow maybe push them, maybe speak to them clearly in a clear term where they will understand exactly what we want. Therefore, Kamerhe and Chilombo, they agreed one will become a presidential candidate, and if he's successful, he will just pick up the other one and make him a prime minister. And I'm sure this is not a football game, a soccer game where you have to pass, you know, share the ball with someone else. It doesn't work like that. And Kamerhe, as you know, is intelligent. He knows exactly what is happening, and he knows very well that it's not Chilombo who can make him to become a prime minister of the Congo. Kamerhe understands very well. He was the boss of the once while he was the boss of the parliament. He knows very well how things work. He knows that in order to become a prime minister, you must have the majority in parliament. And I'm not quite sure if UDPS and UNC together, they will make that majority. No, it's not possible. Maybe miracles exist, miraculously they can do it. But so far, according to the logic of things, they can't. However, Kamerhe agrees, okay, I will go view Tshisekedi, you will become the president, and if you win, I'll become the prime minister. Being someone who is clever, being someone who has been in politics for a long time, I wonder what is the strategy of Kamerhe behind this offer that he has been giving to Tshisekedi. What is hidden behind this? There is something there, there is something strategic which is there. That maybe with the population we should ask Kamerhe, what is happening? Maybe we have to ask them whenever they will proclaim themselves, whenever they will tell us, okay, from now on we have made our coalition and we are going to work together as alliance, where Félix Tshisekedi will represent us as our presidential candidate, and I, Kamerhe, I may become the prime minister of the Congo if, say, Félix Tshisekedi wins the battles. However, although they are planning, they have got this strategy. By observing, I come across a document which says that both Tshisekedi, UDPS and UNC, their numbers have dropped by 20%. You know, their popularity, they are famous, but that fact of being famous have dropped by 20% each. As I was saying, you know, to go to parliament, according to our constitution, we all know and we all understand. A member, a prime minister, according to our constitution, does it have a term? And meaning that you can be elected, you can be chosen, you can be appointed as a prime minister at 7 a.m. and at 7:15, they can sack you. They can kick you out. They can terminate that contract. But once you become a president, our constitution says that you have got at least 5 years. You have a term of 5 years, 5-year term, unless you become sick or something wrong happens to your capacity, intellectual capacity or mental capacities, then, or physical capacities, then they can put you astray. Someone else can continue, can play the interim. And Kamerhe knows very well all about that. Kamerhe understands very well that to give to Félix this position means a lot. And he accepts to take the risk. If Félix will agree and make him to be a prime minister, Kamerhe understands that by being a prime minister at any time, they can kick me out. Regardless of that, Kamerhe has given in something. Furthermore, Kamerhe doesn't forget that Félix Tshisekedi so far has got this issue that is common, it's known everywhere, about his diplomas, his academic records. And Kamerhe knows very well that at some stage, if Félix Tshisekedi will become the winner of this marathon, then he will bring up that problem in order to block Félix to not lead the country. Although Kamerhe went to study, I mean, he completed his degrees, he went to university, he's intelligent, but he agrees to become someone who will support Félix Tshisekedi on this election. What is going on between these two people? That's on one side. On the other side also, you have got all those candidates who have given everything to Fayulu, which is good also. But every single candidate, every single person among those political actors, even on the side of FCC, where people gave to Shadari, you know, their abilities, their capacities, they offer everything and promoting him to become someone, it's not for nothing. They know that, okay, we are using this guy so that also we can reshape our political career. We are doing this so that we can also prepare something that we'll receive in return. And unlikely now, most of them so far appear to be like people who have been forgetting that population which is behind them. It appears like they are fighting now harder for their careers rather than for the people of the Congo. And I know Congolese people will say, yeah, if you talk about Kamerhe, they will tell you that he's corrupt. If you talk about Félix Tshisekedi, they will tell you that he's corrupt. If you say Moise Katumbi, he's corrupt. If you say Bemba, they will tell you he's corrupt. If you, any person that you will name or say, someone somewhere will let you know that that candidate is also corrupt. And why are they corrupt? If really, truly they are corrupt, why are they corrupt? They are corrupt because maybe they want just to reshape their political career. Maybe because they want money. Maybe because they want to become famous and all of that. But the best way to reshape your career is to be on the side of the population, because numbers play a major role. The more numbers you have, the more powerful you become. Even if we are going to the elections, numbers will play a major role. If we have numbers, then we will become somebodies. And with less numbers, and no matter how intelligent you are, no matter how clever or wise you are, without numbers, you can't win the election. And you can be really a dumb person. You can be less intelligent, but with numbers, you can become a president of the republic. All of that, I'm saying it just to let you know that it's up to the people to decide. Now we see that group of 7 split into 2. One group is now L5, another group now is L maybe 2. And both in those groups are clever somehow. Whenever they are talking about agreement, whenever they are talking about, okay, let us sit together and work for the people. Whenever they are changing their words, their sentences, their promises minute after minute, we call it, you know, political flexibility. Whenever they are applying that political flexibility of changing what they said yesterday to fit what is happening right now, I compare that to this example of a cartoon of Tom and Jerry. It's impossible in the natural world to see a cat playing with a mouse. It's almost an, hard to explain to see a cat being a friend of a mouse in a natural world. But here in politics, Tom and Jerry, yeah, they can be together. We as a population will look at those politicians and you can say, okay, we know very well, Jean-Pierre Bemba will never accept to work with Kabila, for example. Or Fayulu will never accept to work with Shadari. Never. We can say it will never happen for Tshisekedi to work with Kabila. That's what we see, because that's what we believe naturally. They can't work together in that context. When we look at our interests, when we look at we the population with all our sufferings, we believe that our leaders will never even accept to share their bread or their meal with the tyrann, the dictator who has been leading the country and who has been doing all that you want. But for them, as you have seen that cartoon, for those who have already seen it, you'll see Tom and Jerry playing together, making jokes, putting each other in trouble, and both of them are clever. Each of them wants to be the winner. Each of them wants to put the other side in trouble. That's their fight. And whenever the cat will hold the mouse, you'll believe that the cat will kill that mouse, but it won't even kill the mouse. It will let the mouse go again. And they continue to be friends. Although the mouse will do something extremely bad and wrong to the cat in Tom and Jerry, they continue to be friends. So, first of all, you have to remember that these people are just there for their career and their friends. And if you look at them just as, you know, rivals, they are opponents, they are there to fight. I will tell you just to think twice. They are not there to fight unless if they are fighting for us. Otherwise, they will fight for their own careers. That's why you can see, for example, some of the prime ministers in the Congo, they were extreme leaders of the opposition. They were leaders of the opposition who had that extreme position. But today, they have been working with Kabila. And they have been supporting the government of Kabila. Clever, they make a compromise and then work together. Whenever we hear people are talking about, you know, Tshisekedi have taken money from Kabila, for example. Kamerhe have taken money from Kabila, for example. Fayulu is going to meet Kabila tonight, for example. These are just examples. That is not impossible. It's possible. It's doable in politics. They are not enemies. They meet, they talk. But if we, the population, we don't really claim our rights through our leaders, they will forget about us, they will act for themselves. They will defend their own causes. Apart from Tom and Jerry, who have been two clever animals, we have got now in the book of Tintin, Dupont and Dupont. Those two guys who looks like, you know, twins, I would say, they have the same mustaches, they wear the same hat, same costumes. There are a lot of similarities. You can't tell which one is which one. Those two speak like human beings. They speak like human beings and they act like human beings. And we see them really, they look alike. But when it's time now to use their brain, they don't use it much. Most of things that they do is just stupid. But Tom and Jerry, they don't speak like human beings. They don't speak, but their actions speak. So we should start to learn about the actions of our politicians rather than just focusing on their words, because words sometimes, or most of the times, may change according to circumstances. You may wonder why is Odone telling us about all of this. It's not just to humiliate our politicians. It's not about talking negatively about our politicians altogether, but it's about just to tell you that there are more than what you think behind the walls of the politics. Therefore, Fayulu is coming back to Kinshasa on Wednesday. He's going to be welcomed. Tshisekedi is coming back as well. But Fayulu has said, I'm not going to the election with the voting machine. On one hand, he has right to say so. Why? Because with the voting machine, we are going to lose the election. It's clear. It's like someone who has been organizing a game and he say, okay, you'll have 5 sets of game. And you need to win 3 if you want to become a winner. And before the game, someone has already cheated and he has already taken the 3 main points. Even if we play the game and I win the 2 last one, I am not a winner because the game was already played. So therefore, how to win now someone like that? It was not possible because I've already won before even the battle starts. Therefore, Fayulu said, okay, I'm not going to the election with the voting machine. Fayulu can pronounce it, but the last word belongs to us. Because whatever Fayulu is doing, he should do it for us. And we are the one who will decide that we have to go to the elections or not. And if we decide that we are not going to the election, as long as that machine is there, then we have to accept all the consequences. And if we go to the election with that voting machine, then we have, on the other hand, accept all the consequences. And consequences can be what? When we refuse, we are not going. The group of Félix Tshisekedi will go. The group of FCC will go. Other people will go. Even a simple citizen like me and you can decide, even if I belong maybe to the political party of X or Y, my party can say I'm not going, and because it's my right to vote, I can decide to go and vote. Or again, I can belong to the group which says we are going to vote, and I can say, no, I'm not going to vote, it's my right. And no one will kill me. So this challenge is not the challenge for Fayulu. Because people have been saying, oh, look, now Fayulu, whenever we'll go back, we will see what he's going to do on Wednesday. Is he going to start a campaign? And if he starts to campaign for the election, is he going to go to the election with that machine? Because the machine won't be removed from the process. If he doesn't go and we do not go, the others will go, they will vote, and they will elect their candidate. And if we go, we are sure and we know that, okay, the election is going to take place and then we will fail because I've already won it. But you should not continue to point our fingers on everything that will happen to Fayulu. Or again to say, okay, Fayulu now has accepted to go to the election. Look, Tshisekedi now is right, Fayulu, you are wrong, because Tshisekedi said we should go to the election with the machine or without it. I think the ball is on our side. And it's us, the population, to decide. Why am I saying that? Because we have got now, our population is split into two groups. One group is, we are going to the election with that voting machine. Another group is saying we are not going to the election with that machine. So because the population now is divided into two parts. One part is ready for the machine, another one is not ready with that machine. And our numbers are somehow 50-50. It will be impossible to organize this election. It will be impossible to say that, okay, this group is not going to the election, we stay back, the others will go, they will elect theirs. And again, if we say we have to boycott, we have to stop the election, then there will be also another side of it, a consequence, as I said. And the consequence will be what? Because you boycott the election, we won't have the election anymore till it can be rescheduled. We have to plan again. And by planning again, in the meantime, because the Kabila is waiting for whoever will become the president to hand over the power to that person, Kabila will say, okay, I will continue to be there, Seni and others organize this issue first. In the meantime, I continue to lead the country. That's on one side. The second side will be, okay, let us go to the election with Fayulu, we vote, and whenever they will proclaim the result, Shadari will win his election because the machine was prepared for him and will lose. And will start to complain to the international community. And the international community will clearly tell us, your case, you cannot bring it here in Holland or to La Haye. Your case must be dealt in your country because you have got your Supreme Court, which is in charge of that. And as you know, as I know, the Supreme Court in the Congo belongs to Kabila. You know what I want to say, you know the result, what is going to happen. Then the opposition has to wait again for a number of years. And life continues. And there is another option. People can stand up and say, look, let us apply now Article 64. And here they are putting like a trap somewhere because they want to see Fayulu coming with Article 64. They will charge him. They want to arrest him. They want his head. So Fayulu has to be very careful. And it's not Fayulu, it should be the population of the Congo to stand, not to put Fayulu as a flag. The population must stand and claim for it. And in order to do this Article 64, we must be prepared. We must understand how it works. We must know how we are going to put it into place. So far, nothing has been done yet. So we are between the hammer and the rock. And that is not Fayulu, that is not Tshisekedi, that's not Kamerhe or any leader of the opposition. It's you, the people of the Congo. It's you and I. We should come up with a solution. What do we want? Because our leaders are there for something. They are there to reshape, first of all, their careers. Secondly, they are there to listen to us. What do we tell these people? To go to the election or boycott it? And accept the consequences from one or another one. I've heard it today, maybe 4 hours ago, I've posted that on a YouTube channel. Matungulu said, yeah, you can see that, you know, the election will not take place. And we know, we have heard about it, we have said it, we have talked about it. There is other option also for the election to not take place. And they will say, because you reject the voting machine, because another group accepts the voting machine, let's come and sit together and negotiate. Let us reorganize the whole process, which may take a number of days, months, years. And that's what we'll call transition. And the transition will be with the Kabila as it was suggested by America or any other countries. And if we start now to claim for a transition without Kabila, then we have got another task to start to find who is going to lead that transition without Kabila. All the politicians want to be the leaders. They are there for that. They are fighting for it. Even if you suggest Mosengo, even if you suggest, I don't know, Mukwege, even if you suggest me or you suggest someone else, these politicians won't accept it easily. They will fight. And in order to find someone who to be there, criteria must be written down. And by following those criteria, then we can find and choose the right person who can lead us through the transition. That's another option. But it will end up to find again Kabila sitting around the table of people and say, look, let us now organize, let us talk. You are politicians, I'm also a politician. Let us organize to reshape our future, our careers. And if we give to them that chance, we, the people of the Congo, will continue to suffer more and more and more again. So it's time maybe to stand up. And if it will be the matter of standing up according to Article 64, we have to stand up forever. It's not just a matter of 3 hours, because I've seen in the past, when the Catholics, the Christians, the religious people organize those those demonstrations in Kinshasa, some people will just go there for 2 hours. After 2 hours, I'm back home. And Congolese people want just to go to a demonstration of 1 hour, 2 hours, or 30 minutes and say that is enough. So if it becomes a matter of days, where we have to go and do a sit-in for days, are we really prepared with the population? Are we ready for it, or we are not? So those are the things that we should consider. Our leaders are coming back. What are they bringing to us? Is it to take us to a campaign and go to the election? Is it to divide us completely so that we can have a leader who is only a leader from my tribe, a leader from my province, and we don't find someone who leads the nation? Or do we need a leader who will be there for the whole nation of the Congo? If that is what you want, it's time for you to think again. and think properly. Because the legislatives are going to take place, and the legislatives will be done with those voting machines. Meaning that at the level of the legislatives also, some cheating can be done, can be made. And once members of parliament are chosen, we know what it means. We know what that means in terms of changing laws, in terms of leading a country. We know very well. I hope that you understand. For those who have got ears, have understood what I want to say. For those who have got eyes, I believe that they have opened their eyes. And may God bless us. Our Congo is one country. It will remain one. It will remain united. It will remain unified if you want. It will remain strong and in love. In love. I insist in love. My drop of action, your drop of action, if we put them together with love, then we are going to win. May God bless our country. May God bless you. And hope to see you next time. Goodbye for now.